Hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a timeless and collective reading. Whenever this reading finds you is the right time. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, and see what signs, symbols, messages, and energies resonate for you in your particular situation, and hopefully bring clarity to whatever you're wondering. It could broaden your perspective, change your focus, help you see something with fresh eyes in a new way, in a new light. In the end, always trust yourself, the divine inner guidance. It's in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start today with the Mystic Red Rose. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ Consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Clarity for the collective. Opening message, please, and thank you. Ooh, partying. Hey, at the bottom you also have the butterfly. All right, so let's begin with these. So some of you are going to be hanging out with friends, maybe going to a party. It could be a birthday party, some kind of celebration. Here it actually looks like you're by the beach, or maybe planning something like a vacation, maybe something for the future. Maybe it starts by hanging out with friends. You come up with a great idea. You plan something that you're really excited about. I'm not getting in a distant future. I'm getting kind of in the near future. So maybe you see something that's like a ticket that you book and there's only like so many spaces available, or this, I see like an offer, like something is being offered and you're getting a big discount on something. This is time that you get to spend with friends. It does look like there's like sports here. So maybe it's even somebody you watch the game with, or maybe it's about going to see a particular sport. Having fun. This is also for some of you really starting to feel good being single. So maybe there's been a long process of healing. This is where you're kind of getting itchy to go out again, but I'm not getting that for those of you that are solid and single. You are looking for someone else, and that is the purpose of going out, but I am seeing that maybe some of you will happen to meet somebody. So maybe expect the unexpected. This is where you feel like you're living in the moment. This is having a really nice time. I'm also getting a different energy if some of you are going out a lot and that's starting to feel old, and you're going out and you're kind of looking around. You're like, I don't even know how I came out, where you're sort of growing out of a group or growing out of kind of doing something over and over, and it doesn't feel exciting or like you're in the moment. You're always on your phone or kind of wishing you were somewhere else. I feel some of you may be doing something more at home, or maybe even inspired while you're out, but this could be even a push where you are feeling that you should really put your energy into something productive. But if you are doing a lot right now and you are working all the time, I do see that as the opposite, where some of you need to go out a little. Go out for, a night with your friends or your coworkers or your honey after work. Go out to dinner. Maybe schedule in a vacation if it's hard to get away from work. Or I see something on a weekend. So I feel like some of you might be getting an invitation, or I see a flyer. So maybe you even see a flyer or some kind of post on social media, and you kind of get that little urge or itch, like, that looks kind of cool. Maybe you should go and see. And with this energy of the butterfly, this is the energy of transformation, which definitely keeps coming through for you guys. This is feeling like you're evolving, like you're growing, like you're gaining your strength. This is a chapter that will be over because you're ready, like really ready. I'm getting itchy energy today. Like you're ready and excited for that next chapter. Even if you don't know what it's going to be yet, I feel like there's something really exciting ahead for you. I feel like even if you don't think that page is going to turn, it's going to turn. I feel like you can feel something in the air. You can feel like, when the, like, the weather changes and you know that it's going to rain. Like you can feel that energy, that electricity. I'm even getting like a smell. Maybe some of you are buying perfume, or, you know, I see like a fresh shower. I am seeing cologne. I see a bunch of colognes or perfumes. So maybe some of you are maybe getting that scent that you love and you always used to wear, but you ran out of 3 months ago and kind of forgot about, and you're getting that, you know, your groove back to put on your scent and go out. But I feel like for some of you, you're getting a new scent, like it's going to make you feel really different. I'm also getting that somebody's going to compliment you. Maybe that's what starts a conversation. This is also for some of you healing something that was going on, that was like an inner childhood wound. I feel like for some of you, if you had some kind of pattern that you were taught, maybe it was something, a cycle that was generational. It could even be something that you just maybe amongst your friends always assumed it had to be a certain way. I see some of you as completely breaking a cycle, maybe even creating new traditions. I just saw you blending traditions with someone else. So maybe some of you are with someone who's really different from you, or you kind of make your own rules, your own traditions. I feel like you got your own thing going on. So I don't know if that's with someone else or just on your own. It's also where you are getting to release the past. You feel like you've gained these spiritual wings. You're no longer that caterpillar crawling around on the ground. You're now in this energy of freedom, expansion. It's kind of weird. I just saw like a butterfly, but going around and around and around. Like I see a butterfly on a string. You know those hooks that you can like put in a yard? And I feel like there's like, maybe you had your wings before, or maybe this is someone else and they were gaining their spiritual perspective, but maybe there was a cycle that kept sort of repeating, you know, like that hamster wheel going around, whether that's you or someone else. I feel like something is going to come through and cut that string or pull that hook out of the yard and release something. So it's almost like somebody could fly, but they still didn't have a freedom energy, or really take that spiritual energy towards expansion and elevation. I hope that made sense. That was sort of a cool thing to see. So let's go to the divine truth today. I'm going to split this deck in half. Let's get a message or two from the divine truth and a little more clarity on time with friends, having fun, releasing the past, the next phase, evolving and growing the butterfly. I see a tattoo. Maybe somebody has a tattoo of a butterfly. I actually see a rose too. Butterfly or a rose. What would be helpful for the collective, please and thank you. I also see, like, I don't know why I see tattoos all of a sudden. Some kind of tattoo. I see this beach here, so I want to say something that has to do with the beach. That could be a palm tree. That could be a certain kind of fish. Something like that. I feel like maybe somebody has the water. Maybe somebody has a symbol of their astrological sign and their water sign or something like that. I don't know. I keep seeing fish. Clarity for the collective, please and thank you. Best friends. This is really nice. So, I mean, you do have the energy of friendship here. Maybe some of you have a friendship that's going to end up developing into something more, transforming into something deeper. I mean, that would bring a very elevated spiritual partnership if you start by being best friends and that continues, especially if you got some like romance and, you know, romance and butterflies and chemistry and passion that might grow. sometimes that grows, and sometimes that was there the whole time, but I feel like maybe somebody was holding back because they weren't ready and they wanted to work on the friendship first. I feel like that is maybe a cycle that has changed. Maybe somebody rushed into something too fast in the past and never got to this like place of friendship, and then something didn't last or fizzled away or wasn't as deep as you hoped after the chemistry kind of simmered down a little bit. I feel like whatever this is, I see something as like it keeps lighting up. It keeps getting brighter and brighter and bigger. So we share everything with one another. You get me? For some of you, it might not be a romance. For some of you, you just have this beautiful friendship in your life or coming in, where you can just be yourself. Someone just gets you. I'm getting, even if somebody gets a little weird or distant, like they don't really take it personally. They just know that's you, or you know that's them. They just need a little space. They're processing something. They're busy. I feel like there is that butterfly, that like a real freedom in a certain partnership, either that you already have or coming in. One more message on best friends, please and thank you. Perception. Well, if somebody was crawling around before, like the caterpillar, you or someone else, it would give you a warped perception on what the landscape looked like from above, or how far you could possibly grow or expand to, because it would take you a really long time to crawl there instead of fly. So there is somebody in the past around you. This might be a different person as well, that only was able to see what they wanted to see. So it was somebody that saw something in a warped perspective. But I am getting, since you have a cycle here and you also have healing inner child, I'm getting that this was more of a belief somebody had that something couldn't be maybe so true or so real or so deep or so wonderful, because they never actually got to see that through the experiences of maybe in their family or those around them. Therefore, they had this block on that it could never be as good as maybe with you. And I feel like that block is breaking down, or somebody is starting to see something in a different perspective. It could be, for some of you, this is somebody that you've had distance with for a really long time. And maybe if this is the same situation, maybe it took distance, separation, silence for them to realize how different you are. You know, how you were always there and got their back. You know, I hear it even when they were in a pickle or going through something. I feel like somebody needed distance to see that you were not the same as maybe what they have always had, or what is actually around them in that sphere. Because I do feel like somebody is sort of able to fly, but stuck somewhere where they only see that little terrain down there and never got to see how something could be so beautiful if they maybe just tried to get out of their comfort zone, or tried to, go towards a situation or a partnership, or maybe it's something that's really unusual. And I'm getting that takes courage. But somebody does see your worth now. I guess we're getting one more from this half. I started auto shuffling, so one more from this half. Yeah, somebody was seeing something distorted. They were only seeing something in that same little sphere of an old chapter, that I feel like that chapter should have been broken, or that cycle should have been done a while ago. But somebody has to be ready to turn the page. Somebody has to be ready to, get a little uncomfortable for a little bit while there's growth, while you're having that growth spurt. My views on, that's sort of what I just said, my views on relationships are distorted from past experiences. This could be somebody's parents. It could be their friends' parents. you know, the neighborhood they grew up in. It could just be their past experiences they had. I feel like you are different. You really connected to someone very solid here, or you're going to. And I feel like you are like really breaking somebody's perspective of what they always saw, how they presumed everything had to be. But somebody has to be ready to give something a chance, to spread their wings and fly, and to come together to see if something can evolve and grow together with you. So let's get some from the other half. This could also be your energy. You know, these readings go different ways. So it is possible that you meet somebody and they just sort of break the mold. They change the way you see something. It could just be how you are around a certain person. If you feel like your truth around them, you feel like you can be completely exposed and vulnerable. You feel like this person gives you the freedom to be yourself, and you didn't even know how amazing that would feel because you never had the opportunity before this new person, this different person walked on into your life and changed everything. And you know, if there's a lot of changes, that's where growth happens. The growth isn't always easy, and it's not really in a time frame. Let's get something from the other half. Clarity on best friends, perception distorted. I just thought of the So Lucky I'm in Love. I think that's Jason, Mraz, and Collie, maybe? It's that cute little like duet. What is another message? Oh, I'm going to have a double Jason Mraz for you today because I looked at the butterfly over here and thought of his little sassy song, Butterfly, where you pull your knee socks up. I love the words on that. All right, so let's get another message. Arrogance. Well, if somebody didn't want to see, they only wanted to see what they wanted to see. Maybe somebody was very arrogant, very stubborn, very stuck in their head, stuck in their ways. This is somebody who could let their pride keep them on the hook instead of really letting something go and maybe trusting in their intuition, tapping into their higher self. I do feel like this is that old cycle. But if someone's gaining perception upon their own arrogance, that means there can be growth. I allowed my pride or ego to get in the way of our connection. I thought I was the catch. Somebody didn't realize how hurt they would be or how much worth you had until they didn't have your energy, until they maybe even compared you to someone else or saw that what they are going through just didn't compare to what you opened up to them. Maybe somebody needed to take some time to really figure that out. It was maybe a slow process. For some of you, maybe it was a Leo energy. There's a lion here. I'm even getting for some of you, if somebody's pride was getting in the way, maybe they listened to a weird friend's advice. If they felt, you know, you have friends here, but if they had a connection with you that was unlike their connection they have, maybe with that caterpillar to caterpillar energy of other friends, you know, if this was an energy where someone was listening to the people that are out there partying and they never had a kind of connection that this person felt with you, but they were too worried about what their friends thought, maybe you got hurt by that. That's really crappy position to be in. But I am seeing that people are starting to see maybe that group or that person as just a different frequency and a different energy than you. And I feel like somebody's missing your energy. You're special. You're different. they're seeing you as the catch now. So I feel like the script has flipped. And I'm seeing, I did see fish before, right? So maybe that was it. Maybe somebody was like a big fish in a little pond. And maybe they're recognizing how you're the one that got away. I'm actually feeling that like somebody is starting to feel a little bit like a dumbass right now. So, but maybe it took a certain situation for that person to realize that, or it took some distance or time. One more. Yeah, you opened up somebody's third eye. My third eye can never forget what my heart has seen, and that is the true love that they feel for you. Here, they were stuck in the 3D. They were worried about what everyone else thought. They were worried about how they would be perceived, how important they look. You know, maybe even if you guys look like an odd couple together, or somebody, you know, maybe you don't look like the normal person this person would date. Different age, different background, different style, different, I'm even getting maybe you even speak a different language or something like that, different heritage, whatever. Maybe this person always like stuck to the rules or what they thought was best for them. And I feel like you just busted out, like busted the mold, broke the rules, opened this person up to their spiritual wings. And that, I feel like that created a lot of change. Or maybe that's why they stayed on that string, because they're afraid of how much change needs to happen to get into a new cycle that would be so beautiful with you. But I don't know if this person has come through yet. But I do see that they're starting to really see things in a different light. Through their spiritual... This is a sassy ass card. Ooh, a little sassy. I like it. My third eye can never forget. They're never going to forget you. I feel like they're thinking about you a lot as well. The true love that they feel for you. I do feel like, I don't know. I feel like they're a little nervous about how to come back, or if they should, or what they need to do. I don't think they can get away from how you have made their heart open and their mind blossom and their spirit feel free. Even like their real personality is just like really true around you. So let's go to the tarot. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to use a really different tarot deck, so I don't know how this is going to blend into the reading. I haven't even looked through this deck, so we are going to see. It is called the Gourmet Tarot. So let's just get a couple of tarot messages and movement of energy that would be helpful for you guys. I'm sort of excited to look at this tarot deck. What is the movement of energy to be helpful and insightful for the collective right now? Energy are going on. Person they're thinking about or coming in. Please and thank you. Temperance, this is really nice. I love Temperance. So if Temperance is coming in, I feel like first of all, it's you really taking energies that are all over the place, maybe working with many different personalities or even different emotions that come throughout the day within yourself. And you're finally finding it's not just balance. I feel like Temperance is getting divine guidance on how to find that Goldilocks zone in every situation. You are figuring out how to react, when to pursue, how to maneuver, and how to allow. It's everything like merged all into one. It's alchemy, it's art, it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine that really merge together and create something that's just really special. It's like a whole divine being, but it's also that divine masculine and feminine inside of you. If this is you coming together, it's because that person is combining all of that energy in them as well. So it's such a perfect midpoint when it comes together. I like the tarot deck that has, I think it's the pulp, and it has the picture of like you know, an old novel, and it says part man, part woman, all angel. I think it's so cute. But here you are combining, look at you, you're like a crazy, awesome bartender or barista here. It's like you're taking this hot liquid and you're just getting it in the cup. You're seeing the target and it's getting there. There's nothing that's lost along the way. Usually this is blending like fire and water. It's as above, so below, as within, so without. It's taking that spiritual energy and grounding it in reality. It's everything. Maybe some of you also do art. And it's cool. I think one of the great examples of temperance is a bartender, or even let's say like I like a wedding coordinator or something like that. Something where there's a lot of different personalities. There's different events. There's different nights. There's different drinks. There's different people that have different tastes. One likes it a little spicy. One likes it really bland. Some people are there to have fun. You know, the energy of like party and being in the moment. And some people are there going through something and they do not want to be bothered. Some people want conversation. Some people want to be left alone. You know, and it's, you know, it's handling all of that at once with grace. So it does not mean that it's easy to handle this energy, but it does mean you've come to the point where you recognize in the moment exactly what to do that gets the best results. Upside down, it's just kind of imbalanced. It's being, you know, I see somebody like, as let's just go back to the bartender, for example, somebody like getting into a conversation with somebody and not recognizing that 10 new people just walked in and want to be greeted or at least acknowledged that they're there. It's the person that gets wrapped up in something too much that it's going to then pull an imbalance in energy over there when it's finally attended to. It's recognizing how to do everything at once. But I always feel like temperance is very divine. It's a Sagittarius energy. It's 14, major arcana, but I always see that big angel in that card. I feel like there's something special about temperance. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just right. But too hot with one could be too cold with somebody else. And that all comes with experience. Clarity on temperance, please. Major arcana number 14, the 5 of Swords. What is this? It's like some kind of fried food. I don't even know what's in it. There's a dip. You have the fork. It feels like you don't even need the fork to eat whatever that is. There's all these, oh, I just saw something about hot peppers. There's all hot peppers here, onions. The 5 of Swords is a weird energy. So if temperance is coming, it's having you recognize that the energies around you that are not there for your highest good, or somebody else recognizing energies that are around them, there the whole time and not helping them grow spiritually. The 5 of Swords is usually where somebody or a group plays mind games for their own, like for their own gain. It's not even somebody that really stands in this glorious position from a big win. Usually there's not really rhyme or reason other than ego. It's where somebody uses mental manipulation against someone else to get over on them, to pull the wool over their eyes, to walk away with all the swords. And you know what? That person ends up walking away and usually being left alone, or being with other energies that do the same thing back and forth with them. So it's like a back and forth weird karmic cycle. It's like the sore loser. It's also the really bad winner. But I feel like in the end, that person or that group is always just sort of left alone. They might have the big trophy, but they don't have the real friends. If this energy is upside down, and this is you, with somebody in your life that is not just a best friend and not just somebody that you see through all of the facets, the beautiful spiritual perspective of who they are, what they can become, but also the facets of them that were, maybe not their best traits, and you love and you accept it all, and you still see the potential in someone. This is somebody being really smart, playing that chess game, because you're not going to give them the easy win so they feel better. This is somebody who recognizes how somebody can be open-minded, can unlearn old ways and bring new information in that would make them stronger and keeps them on their toes. And it's like the really good teacher that comes in and keeps this person sharp, keeps them guessing, keeps them on their toes, keeps them questioning what they thought they knew, because they recognize that even if their way isn't the right way or the only way, they have a way of teaching that can open someone else up to have growth, to tap into their spirituality, to get better and sharper and brighter and stronger at whatever it is that they have potential in. So it's recognizing those that see the potential in you and don't just like let you get away with something, let you have the easy win so you feel better. It's like, no, they want you to be good. So they're going to give you a hard game. Clarity on the Five of Swords and temperance, please. The Eight of Wands. Something's going to come through very, very fast. So this is usually where somebody comes back, they come in all of a sudden, and you have to turn on a dime. This is sometimes Cupid's arrows. It could also be that once you decide to get out, once you decide to start a project, once you decide to start a relationship, whatever this is, it really gets off the ground really fast. It's a lot of fiery, spiritual, creative kind of energy. I also see this as maybe the group text. It could be going back to here, where, like, let's say you create a flyer and you put it up, all of a sudden all these people come to your party or come to your event. It's having a little, like a point where you start, and once those arrows go out there, it's like arrows of fire. They spread and they get bigger. They create more potential. But it could also be that there's a lot of energy out there from different sources all coming at you. Sometimes I see that as everybody wanting to help you at the same time, or everybody wanting to date you at the same time. Now what do? You have all these choices. So it's you going back to that energy of temperance and finding what really feels like it brings you to your center, what opens up your soul. Look at all these things. This is so weird. There's like hot dogs and like seaweed and I don't even know what kind of food this is. There's like onions or meat here that looks like somebody put garlic cloves on that. And they were like, I don't even know what I'm going to make. Just bring me everything in my fridge. We're going to put some garlic. I'm just going to make it look fun. So someone's like, here, this is my contribution to dinner. And they're like, what the heck is that? I'm like, I don't know. It's art. I don't think you want to eat it. They're like raw garlic cloves and my old, I don't know. It's like pastry puffs. I don't even know what this is. It's like mushrooms inside of bacon. That looks like marshmallows. Somebody's like, I don't know. I don't have that much left. Just take whatever in my fridge and we're going to make it look. At least we offered something, but then maybe nobody's going to eat it. So that's kind of cute. I like when there's weird energies on cards. So maybe it's just showing up and bringing what you can. If it's not going to be something that somebody can eat, at least make it art and look good and make somebody like have a good time and start taking pictures of it. You never know. I do see that for some of you, you might do something artistic out of something you have lying around where it's an unusual project that really gets people talking. Like people start taking pictures and all of a sudden it blows up on social media and you're like, oh, it was a total accident. It was just a joke. I never thought that'd take off and I'd be an artist from that. But I do see some of you as maybe having something really cool that comes through. Maybe it has to do with, you know, being invited to a party or being around friends. Upside down, it's just having a lot of energy and getting overwhelmed. You know, it's that person that's like, I have nothing to bring. I only have garlic and marshmallows and something in my cupboard. So I'm not going to go to the party at all. Go, make it fun. You know, use your creativity. All right, let's go to one more. Clarity on Temperance. 8 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. One more, just to bridge all this together, please and thank you. 3 of Swords. Whew. All right, if the 3 of Swords has to come through, then this needs to be attended to. It's like this apple has 3. They're not even cutting the apple open properly. Also, when I see the energy of an apple, I think of that center, which reminds me of a pentacle, which feels like something that can be grounded. So I am getting, for most of you, you are in this energy of feeling really good. But it is possible you have this heartache if you have this really deep friendship, or you really see with this spiritual perspective the perception that something was really true and somebody here just was not ready. That can be hurtful for a really long time. But I'm also seeing that this energy of hurt, maybe betrayal, this could also be with 3 swords. It could be a third party situation. Maybe that's what was keeping somebody stuck on that wing, on that, you know, that butterfly on that string, and that same thing. If that was some place where they were not happy or did not want to be, or because third party can be friends, family, places, an environment, a way of thinking. It can be anything of an outside influence that is affecting a partnership or affecting something growing. I see that cycle as changing. I see this as the upside down healing, where these swords fall out. And sometimes with these wounds, you recognize truth when it's there. Sometimes people need to really choose to end a cycle where it is not working, or there was hurt all of the time. Sometimes people have to go through like really crappy relationships or breakups to really get their power back and understand boundaries, understand what's good and what's healthy for them, where they are restricting themselves or others were, and where they can fly free. So let's clarify that, just because we got the 3 of Swords. It's like heartache. I don't like that card. But the apple still looks whole. It is raining. And it does look like there were clouds around here. And it looks like finally something is clearing. I just keep hearing the script is flipped. So I do feel like if somebody had the heartbreak, maybe the other person, like, pride stepped in. They said, no, that's not going to hurt. I'm not going to feel anything from that. And I feel like maybe the other person is healing and pretty good. And now that energy has kind of gone to the person that thought they would be fine. So let's just see where that is going. I think that's our card. What is that? It's going back to love. It's going, wow, what's at the bottom? It's starting, you're going from the Page to the Knight of Cups. So this is where somebody is maybe a little naive here. I saw marshmallows before, so hot chocolate, marshmallows. This is where somebody was a little bit naive, or maybe not just in their pride, but it's more like they're inexperienced. So it doesn't have to be inexperience in love, in partnerships. This person could have had many long partnerships that were really solid, but not the type of partnership that they had with you or could have with you. So it's not comparable. It's just what someone had in their past. Or it could be a lot of different relationships. And I still feel like this comes through with a new, fresh energy. So you have to unlearn what you thought you knew and open your heart to something developing farther. This could be a younger person around you. Maybe there is an age gap. One person is a little younger. This is usually somebody pretty sensitive. They are, or they should be in tune with their third eye, their intuition, but it's possible that they got distorted young and were told that that is not the way to go. You have to be logical. You have to make the decisions that are by the book, because that's the way things are done. Maybe this person is busting out of that a little bit, and their spirit, their spiritual side is opening up more and more, and they're starting to trust their intuition. Here, it's getting those nudges, those gut feelings, those feelings when something isn't working, or when someone's not really there for the truth of their heart, or playing maybe mental mind games with them, wherever that other card was, and not trusting it. Here's someone starting to trust it. And it looks like with this Knight, they don't just want to have a start. They don't just want to send a little text and ask you out. They don't just want to speak about how they have some feelings and you give them the Google eyes and they really miss you and your absence really made them see something that was true. This is somebody who wants to get past the conversation, get past the text, and dive on into the experience. They're moving on up from their hot cocoa to their big cup of coffee or tea. They're growing up a little. They're maturing. And this is cool because I like the Knight of Cups. It's somebody that comes through. It's like the Knight in shining armor, but it's someone that dives into an experience. They want to feel it. They want to experience it. They want to know what it's like to go on those dates, to be in your energy, to open up their heart, to give something a try, to be with someone new. It's beautiful. It's not yet to the king or queen, but it does look like with the Temperance, it's going to jump to the divine. It could be water sign. Did I say something way in the beginning about the fish or like somebody having a tattoo of a water sign? But it doesn't have to be their sun sign. Somebody can be like a fire sign, an earth sign, an air sign, but somewhere in their chart, there's like some fire. That emotion is there. It's just kind of tucked away and you don't really see it. Or sometimes that's all you see and you don't understand why somebody is a fire sign. They act like a Pisces. So it could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It looks like somebody is coming with 2 cups of coffee. It looks like with this, somebody's ready to wake up. Wake up to the truth of their heart. Wake up to really desiring to have an experience. Waking up to how this fated meeting was destined to bring spiritual growth to both of you. And this could be a totally different person. This could be you. Moving from this page, this offer, to diving into an experience. Maybe with somebody completely new. Maybe this experience here opened your third eye to knowing that there's something out there that is better suited for you. And when you see it, you take a hold of it and you get on that horse and you ride it. Just get in. It's also movement. And it looks like maybe this is a wake-up call here. It looks like a beautiful one. Maybe also for some of you, something is going to come through in the morning. My state going weird. I'm not going to say the messages that are coming through. I'm getting a little rise and shine sort of energy, but that could just be That could go many different ways depending on your situation. Okay, let's continue. And with that, let's sum this up with one more. Let's do the raise your vibration. I hope this reading was helpful and insightful for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get one more message, please, and thank you. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. I feel like somebody here has really spiritually grown. Come out of this perception of maybe what they only saw on surface, the 3D in one dimension, and they have burst through and started to see everything through a spiritual perspective. Breaking down old habits, old ways, making anything that was distorted before pretty crystal clear. And with this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you very soon. Bye.